So this is what you've been speaking to this whole time, but just to ask you very directly and hear you articulate it, what are the implications on human flourishing of blockchain technology?
I think it's the empowerment. It's the feeling of, my nanny has been my nanny since my middle son was 6 months old. He's now 22. She's from Peru. She never wanted a bank account. She used to take her money and she would literally put it under her bed. And sometimes she would take it and put it in a box and leave it somewhere in my house so that she felt like she could have access to it and that it was protected and secure. That is because of where she grew up and like how they felt about the infrastructure that was available to them then. And I think that it gives people like this sense of, I can be connected now. So when I think about the offering and think everyday financial services, the things that we use in the United States every day, a lot of people don't have access to it. A lot of people let's take Argentina, for example. It's actually better today under the current president, but for many years, the local currency, constant inflation, so much so that people would they would try to get dollars, because if they got dollars, they could hold their dollars, they could put them under their bed, and they could say, okay, then we'll convert this. At least this currency is stable. And then we can convert it slowly, and it would cost them every time they tried to change it from a dollar to the local peso. So if you think about now, they can not have to hide it under the bed. It's safe. It's secure in a wallet. Only they have the keys to it. No one else gets access to it. No one. That's huge. That's a sense of empowerment. And then they can choose to do what they want to do with it. They have everyday financial services now. They can pay their bills. A lot of times with the wallets in different countries, in Argentina, for example, you can actually pay your heating or your PG&E equivalent. You can pay it using your digital assets. You can put money into decentralized finance and you can make yield off of it. You can get rewards. Like, you can do a lot of different things. That is everyday financial services. To me, that sense of like empowerment and control, I can't imagine living in a world where I didn't have that, because I grew up with it. And I experience so many people globally who've never had that. And so when I see that and I see the shift in their life, when they're like, oh, wait a minute, like this changes things for me.
Yes.
When people can live in Southeast Asia and work for companies in the United States and get paid within 3 to 5 seconds in Southeast Asia as gig workers, that's like creating an economy for them that they can like pour into their families, but also into their local businesses. And the other thing I'll just say, which to me is like and it happens to be because I'm a woman, but when you put value into the hands of women, the GDP of those countries changes. And historically, women haven't been able to do that, but now they can, and they can hold these assets, and they actually bring a lot more to the family as a result of it. They sometimes buy washer and dryers. It just changes like a lot of the different things. And so these are statistics that exist in the world. And for me, I feel like those are the kinds of empowerment that I love to see.
Beautiful.
And that, frankly, as we sit here in Silicon Valley, it's really hard for us to envision, because if we don't spend time going and seeing, you don't know what challenges they're actually surpassing. So who knows how many more things?
Right.
But it's the best part of my job when I get to go to all these different parts of the world and I get to meet the builders and just see wow, okay, it's changed their life. It's changed their life from an engineering standpoint and what they've built, but it's also helped them to change other people's lives.
Mm.
And that's the impact for me is the thing that I think Stellar's particularly good at.